All right, what's going on, guys? This is the Out of the Park podcast. I'm Josh. I got my manager, Raul, and I got the two special guests from today. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Grayson. Play baseball in the Carolina Yankees with these guys.
Yep.
Likewise, but my name's Austin.
And you guys came all the way from Cali, yeah?
Yeah,
What?
made the drive.
That was, 36 hours?
30,
A little more.
plus or minus a couple hours because we stopped along the way.
How many stops on the way?
We stopped in New Mexico,
Okay.
stopped in
Arkansas.
and then Tennessee.
Wow.
We
But we stayed 2 nights in Arkansas. Did we stay 2 nights in Tennessee or just one? I think we stayed two. Two nights in Tennessee. Yeah, we made it like a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
We kind of took it slow, had fun.
Yeah.
There's only what, like 2 10-hour days, 2 11-hour days.
Yeah. Two
That's the time.
11-hour days. No, 2 10-hour days, 1 11-hour day, and then like 2 6s.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a long trip, but I mean, at least you got to see different states and everything.
Yeah.
How did you... Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was sick, bro. It was sick
it?
because you saw so much country that you never see. Just
I did one 13-hour drive just straight on. I don't know how you guys did it within like separate days because I after the 13-hour drive I wanted to stop.
the next day is brutal.
Yeah.
The next day is
Yeah,
tough.
if you do back-to-backs, it gets pretty bad, but we did back-to-back days right at the beginning.
Mhm.
And then when we got to Arkansas, we tapped in with some of his friends that he played in college with
Okay.
and hung around there. We got to practice at the field. It was
Oh,
pretty
shit.
cool.
That's awesome.
Kind of get loose, throw around, did some BP. They had everything set up when we got there. We just rolled up, and it was like a brand new field too.
Yeah, it's like a brand new $10 million complex.
What?
Yeah. I've never been on a field that nice before, so I was
That's
hyped.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where did you guys play college at?
I played at the University of the Ozarks, so
Okay.
D3 in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
No college experience.
You didn't play college baseball.
No.
Wait, you hit a grand slam today though.
He did it a Grand Slam today.
No doubter too.
I got lucky.
Nah, I wouldn't say you got lucky. You got all of it.
Yeah, it was fun, but
Low pitch too, bro.
see if it goes in the stat sheet or not.
Oh, it's definitely going in the stat sheet.
Omar might hook me up because he knows I kind of need it.
5-0 in the first inning, game over after that.
I know. I feel like, dude, with you on the mound and Steven coming in after,
Bro, we
It
would've-
would have been game over already, bro.
No, they had no chance.
No chance.
After the 5 first, no chance.
And
they don't.
go ahead.
They didn't seem to have like. When I watched that game the other night, they were making a lot of contact, but also they weren't seeing velo like your guys's.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would have been kind of overwhelming for them.
True.
Dude, to think we only scored 5 runs and they didn't even have a single out.
It would have been a fun
So
game, though.
we were still batting around.
Happening, yeah.
Especially like all the struggles, like kind of like a little bit like getting the team together and getting us going like at once. Like I felt like today was like the best start we could have
It was
had
so
to
nice,
get us
bro. It was
going.
like, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Dude, finally rolling, man. It's crazy how that happens, but
It's baseball.
Gotta pick it up where we
Yeah.
left off.
we got a surprise game Tuesday, so that'd be cool.
Now we
Yeah.
got a lot of games. We play what, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Saturday.
We play Saturday too now?
Yeah.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
We got a long
I'm pretty
week.
sure we play Saturday.
Yeah, and then don't we only have off Monday, Tuesday, and then we play again Wednesday and all that?
I think we just had Monday off. Oh wait, no. We have like a kind of a mellow week next week.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a week where we play 6 in a row again. I
Is
think
it not- it's this
it's like
week?
the third week. It's
Yo.
this week is like 5. Then we have like 3 next
Well, now
week.
it's
kinda
6 because
spread out.
we added that one.
True, 6.
So we got
And but ours today got burned. So,
True.
and then the
Oh
third.
my god. We don't got enough arms, bro.
We got 50 games left according to the text.
Yeah.
Now that he added, we have 50 games left in what, 2 months, if that? We're going to be playing so long. And we don't even play the end of July. We stopped like the 3rd week of July.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Because then it's just playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs
exactly.
start.
Oh,
And then-
dude, so we have 50 plus games with the playoffs.
That's true.
I hear from one of the boys at CWL that played in this league last year. He said their whole last, or who told me? Was it you or Sawyer? Told me their last two and a half weeks pretty much got rained out. Like what's happening right now happened to them, but it was like every day.
At the end of the year.
And I was saying when we were driving down the road, I was like, they should have some sort of indoor complexes out here if it's like this all the time. Because this is summer, bro.
Mhm.
We aren't even in June gloom yet.
Yeah.
Bro, this
Hopefully
is
that doesn't-
terrible. We didn't get to play Friday.
Could
We didn't get to
bro.
play today. now I have to pitch Tuesday. I was prepared to pitch Friday. Now I got to pitch all the way to Tuesday.
Is that gonna mess you up? Getting hot?
I hope
think?
not. I don't think so. Today they didn't even have a bullpen,
That's
so
true.
it wasn't
Yeah,
even like
you
I
get
threw
hot.
that hard. I just
Yeah.
did a couple
Get
warm-up
super
pitches.
downhill.
Kind of works out that way.
Yeah, what's that like? I'm sure that's happened to you before. Have you ever warmed up like that, full on, had a game postponed, and still played like that day, but like enough, like a significant amount of hours later, like 3 or 4 hours later, and then had to start still?
Surprisingly, the last time that it like for me pitching, like the last time I would have pitched in the rain was like maybe even middle school.
Wow.
Like I've gotten lucky that the times I've pitched haven't been when it's raining and stuff. Snow, yeah, but like rain, no.
Snow, yeah.
So
Yeah, we played in one that was all hail.
yeah.
Like it just started hailing out of nowhere. Then it stopped, and then we finished that game, and then we started the new game and we got to like the fourth or fifth inning, hail, and then they canceled the game. I was like, all right, man, it's a turf field, and it's just hailing out of nowhere, like, and it was like 10 degrees. So
Did you guys ever play like in cold weather before?
Nothing crazy, bro. I've only really
So
played all over the West Coast, so
Sure.
it's been decent.
So like this year to start off our season, we played in Indiana. So it was like late February, and we're playing in an Indiana complex, right? And I'm playing first base, game 1, and so first base foul line, maybe 10 feet, and it's a mountain of snow that was just on that field, and it was I think
They shoveled
33
out.
degrees, so we were able to play, and we still played that game. We played a doubleheader that game, and it was crazy. And then the
Catching one off the end
following.
of the bat, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh.
I mean, it gets to a point where like your hands, you don't feel them. So it's
Yeah.
like you're kind of just swinging it feels like a metal rod. Just you're putting something out there.
You have like no feel. You're just trying to touch the ball.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what it was.
that's crazy.
That's
That's-
unbelievable.
I mean, you guys
cannot-
gotten blessed. They've been able to play in a lot of heat and everything.
Yeah.
bro. It's pretty temperate all year.
I have never even had a game rained out my entire life until today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And of course, I happened on the one he hit the grand slam.
I'm not gonna talk about it. All I know is Austin helped me with something the other day. You know how when we had that talk after the game?
Yeah.
Where were we playing at? Where was that?
It was against the Iron
Huntersville.
Horses. Yes.
Yeah. You were. I don't really remember what you said to me. You were just trying to tell me. Have you ever tried to pull the ball? And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about that a lot. And when we went in the last 2 days, when we went to DBAT, I was just my first round. I do kind of everything opposite field just
Yeah.
to work on the hands. Once I start seeing the ball, I was like, I'm just gonna yank everything. Just get out in front of everything, so I can have that like recognition of a ball being here rather than here. And like, although sometimes I like to let it get deep so I can see it really good and kind
Yeah.
of give myself the best chance to make contact or get a hit the other way. I was like, man, I need to just
Yeah, catch the ball up
2
front.
days straight of catching the ball in front so I can recognize it there.
Yeah.
And I had my stance like kind of more narrow, like more just up and down, and then I spread my legs out a little bit. I closed it,
Mhm.
no leg kick, first AB, it works out.
Yeah.
That's
it's
insane,
crazy how it
bro.
works.
I've never not had a leg kick in one game or one out of my life until today. And I was thinking,
first
I was like, if
swing,
I
bro.
take the leg kick away, I'm gonna have no juice.
Oh,
But
yeah,
we
just-
played in Maryland, and I got a couple pieces, hit a couple off the wall, and I was pretty stoked. But I was like, oh man, like I need to get in the gym, I need to get my juice back, or whatever. But it's just crazy how like you simplify things and they kind of work out like that. So
True. Yeah, I mean, so like catching the ball up front, like it's a reference for me. So like in my conference, like a lot of the pitchers will pitch away, and like they'll flash inside, like fastballs inside, and throw breaking stuff away the whole
I
time,
see
like
what you're
changeups away. So like fastball in for me, that should be a money pitch for me all year, right?
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be missing that, or I shouldn't be getting jammed on that. And I would see him, and I would be thinking to myself like, oh, let the ball get too deep because I've been so good, consistent hitting the ball the other way. Where it's like my head coach and like my team was like, bro, just catch the ball up front now. Like be early, like yank it foul. And it started working for me, and like all of a sudden, like I'll get line drive base hits down the line. And it was like it
Yeah.
would just stay fair, and I'm like, well, okay, well I got a double out of that, thank you.
it is a thing too, where like when you do get an inside pitch, sometimes it feels more inside than it actually is when you see it out of the hand, and you're like, the only thing I can do with that is hit his foul.
Yeah.
So you think like I need to let it get deeper so I can keep it fair.
Mhm.
But by the time that happens, it's just you're just getting jammed. So
Yep.
But dude, like all what you told me and what Austin helped me with over the last couple of days all came into fruition today, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's awesome. That's how it
Simplicity
works.
is key, bro. Simplicity is key.
Seriously, bro.
Yeah.
No thinking.
And you just have more time, like without the leg kick and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. And then once you start feeling like, once you start catching the ball up front, like you could feel that consistency of like, I could just be just late and hit a line drive into the gap, like the opposite field, and it looks like, oh, like you had an outside approach. Now you just, we're trying to get out in front of it, and you just happen to be so late, you know. But yeah, so talk to us about your experience at the California Winter Leagues. I think I would like to hear about that a lot.
Dude, California Winter League was sick. You show up first day, you get a little, they call it a pro day. I mean, you don't really do much because there's so many dudes out there. So for hitting, what, you guys got like one round?
We got, dude, the craziest thing was, so this, what was that scout's name? I don't know. We don't need to call him out, but anyway, this like one of the main like field coordinators that went over there, we all sat in the bleachers and he had this big like talk with us or whatever, you know, especially about like, since everyone was from all over, how to like act in the city or whatever, because Palm Springs is a lot different than what people are used to. But anyway, after talking for an hour, bro, we're all just like ready to play. He goes, all right, we're gonna do infield, outfield. You know, outfielders go hit in the cages, infielders do that, or go take infield, and we kind of flip flopped, and we all went out and no one had thrown a single baseball, and they started hitting us ground balls, and we were like, wow.
So and they were like, throw it across.
So
yeah, exactly.
The pro day was not it, bro. Low key. The pro day, you didn't. They got like.
We got 6 pitches.
6 swings in the.
6 swings in BP, and it was lefty on lefty for me, and the dude was literally throwing sliders.
But then, if you look at it, bro, you also got like 100. What, probably 150. How many dudes do you think were there?
Yeah, there was a lot of guys, and they were trying to squeeze it all into one day, especially after that dude
talked for an hour.
Yeah, it seemed like they were like rushing after that.
Yeah, pitchers just threw a bullpen. And that was about it. But once the league started, bro, that's where it was pretty sick. It's just pretty good talent, pretty. I mean, a wide range because I mean, wherever you go, you're gonna have guys playing baseball that don't really look like they're playing baseball, and then you also have the top end. One of our buddies got signed to I don't know what. It's in Arkansas.
Double A affiliate for the Royals, the Naturals.
Wow.
So like,
wow, that's crazy.
Real opportunity. We saw a lot of guys. Me and Grayson got real lucky because we ended up on the A's, and dude, we were stacked. Like
it was
we
good.
had the guy that went to the Royals also had the home run record for like Army
West Point.
Army West Point.
Yeah, he was sick, bro. He was like he was a military dude. He actually I remember talking to him. He told me he took some time off, and he was about to have to go like do some real work. He was working on tanks and stuff. Mm-hmm. He was about to have to go do like full on like
if he didn't get
baseball, no more, all military activity. And if he didn't get signed to a pro team, and not like Pioneer or Frontier or what we're doing, or it had to be like affiliate ball or higher. Okay. So it's crazy, bro. He just went off. He had a tank on like the 3rd or 4th game, and then
it was on the backfield, bro. So there's a backfield like here, and there's some space, and then the main stadium's like here, and it went off the backfield onto the stadium field, bro.
Oh my gosh!
Like halfway through center field.
It was just tanks,
it was
bro.
Crazy. And then I don't know.
He went on a tear after that.
He just went on a tear. He had like all the offensive records and stuff, but
wide range of talent.
Yeah.
There's a guy on our team that was from Vandy. He pitched from Vandy back in 2019? I don't know.
2019 to like 2021.
When they went on their little run.
Yeah.
So, dude, being around a bunch of dudes that have experience like that was worth it too.
Yeah. So did you guys at least like win it or?
Dude, so go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So we were rolling everyone all year. We beat Team China, the WBC team, China.
Twice.
Wow.
2-0.
We beat them twice.
Yeah.
We rolling through playoffs, and then the teams that lost were they were done, so they weren't playing anymore. But the team that beat them could take them and put them on their team. So you can take pictures.
Only.
Yeah.
Pitchers
it's supposed
only.
to be pitchers only. That's what they told us.
But then they would go straight over to the other team's dugout and like pick and choose and like stack their team real fast.
So the team we played and lost to wasn't a team in the league. It was like the all-star team.
Yeah.
It was-
So we won. We went straight to semifinals
Got the bye.
with our record because we had the. Do we have the best record in China? I think we did, but China's coach made like the head guy of the league change one of their losses to a win.
Jeez.
For
It's
what reason?
It's because on the backfield, if an inning's getting rough, they would just roll it. 'Cause it's like,
yeah.
dude,
for
it doesn't
real.
matter. So China had an inning where they were going in like teeing off or whatever, scored a couple runs, and then they rolled it just because there's like, it's
Yeah.
I get it.
you're beating a
though.
dead cow. But then
Just because of the pitching, there just wasn't enough. Like you don't want to waste all these good arms. You want to give them the best opportunity possible. So it's just like.
then the other team came back and won. So China's pissed.
Anyway, but they didn't change it until the day playoffs started. So we
Yeah.
went from first seed to second seed. So we had to play like a much better team than they got to play.
The Bombers.
No, they. Yeah,
No,
they
no,
played
no,
the
no,
Bombers.
No, Bomber. Oh,
Bombers.
it was. Yeah,
they
it was
played
the
Bombers, and then Bombers went in losers bracket and played Grizzly.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to play this team Chill, which was like kind of on our ass the whole season, and we had probably the best games with them. They were super sick every time, and we barely pulled it off, 5-4. So we went to the finals, and then out of nowhere, China played this team Blue Sox, or Blue Sox played this team called the Power. They beat Power. Power had a pitcher that would have absolutely massacred them, but he got his offer and he was out of there. And so he left. So they had a different guy. They kind of got murked, and then Blue Sox played China, and I think they won 2-1. It was like a crazy game. I don't know how they were in last place, and they just went on or they were in second to last place. They went on a run. They beat China,
They
and
just
then
picked up people along the way. And
we had to play them. We thought we were playing China, like no doubt about it. So.
But yeah, great experience, bro. We were out in Palm Springs for a month playing baseball. You play night game, day games only.
Day games, 9:30 a.m., 11 or 10:30 or 12:30. 9:30, 10:30, or 12:30.
Two fields, at least the two fields. I mean, I don't know if it changes. I've only been once, but two fields are pretty nice. The backfield's alright, but the stadium's sick.
Wow.
Good little fans pull up.
Yeah, I saw your post. I saw like there was hella fans there, and I was like, "Damn, this is actually kind of dope."
Dude,
Like,
they sell like beer bats for people
What?
to drink during the games. Like it felt real.
you didn't sign a couple beer bats to give out to the kids, back to.
Not many kids out there. There's a certain demographic. in
Okay.
Palm Springs.
You'll see.
All right, yeah, because I was talking about it with them. I was trying to go out there with you guys. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll give it a try.
You would crush it out there, man.
Yeah.
Would you just go out there as catcher, first baseman, or would you go primarily for catching?
I think both would
Yeah.
probably be the best chance, right? Just open up opportunities everywhere.
Absolutely.
When I was out there, I was as a PO, bro.
Yeah.
PO.
Dude didn't even swing, and he's a
our
hit
4-hole
leader on our team right now.
Yeah, it's great.
He EH today and hit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You didn't swing at all out there. You just came here and
I haven't swung like in a season since summer of 2023, 2022. I think.
and now what? You're our cleanup hitter.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
That is
That's
wild.
crazy.
I tried coming back to my college, my senior year as a two-way, just because we had some trouble in the outfield. My coach took it all wrong, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, took it as me like trying to come at him, and it was like,
Yeah.
dude, I had a successful summer. I just want to see if I can help, and got fucking.
But
blacklisted.
I feel like college coaches take that the same
Yeah.
way, because like my college coach had like two guys like that wanted to two-way, and he was like, yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, I get it, because a lot of guys are saying that are just like,
They're kind of buns with the bat.
Yeah, there's
but
buns.
Yeah.
See, with our coach
Everyone
at least.
wants to swing.
Yeah.
True.
We had a pitcher at CWL that stood in the on deck circle the whole game, standing like Shohei Ohtani with his bat. He would literally do the thing, bro. It was hilarious. He never got an AB, but every game
because he paid as a
Yeah,
PO.
that's the only reason.
See,
Yeah.
POs are
Honestly,
cheaper to go,
True.
but
I hit with him a couple times in the cages, and I felt like he could have done something, but
he had my swing.
it wasn't
He
bad.
didn't pay for it, so.
I would never want to swing.
Never?
I hate swinging though. I
PO
stopped swinging.
life's your life, huh?
I stopped swinging after my junior year of high school. that was like the last year I actually swung. Senior year I didn't. I came into college and tried a 2-way. I did hit a home run, but after that I was like, all right, I'm good. Like, like they're throwing a lot harder.
Yeah.
They're throwing a lot harder. Like after I think I lasted maybe like 2 weeks with hitting, and I was like, yeah, this is done. Like I like playing first. I just don't like hitting.
I see.
So yeah, no, that's definitely not a strong suit for me.
So we were talking about the California Winter Leagues, and then you were telling me about the discipline that China has. About one of the stories.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if they're gonna show up out of nowhere if we leak this one.
no. They're many miles away from here, so
I'm scared of that skipper, bro. He
It
was like a communal locker room here. You can go.
A little preface, super close game, tied 1-1 the whole time. Go ahead run was on second base. No, go ahead run was on third, and then had a run on second as well.
yeah.
Ball hit to the outfield, tags up. Runner at third's jogging at home. Runner at second's kind of jogging in, and our third baseman just has the sickest deke play ever, bro. And he just like catches it and tags him. The guy at home hasn't scored yet.
Yeah.
So fundamental baseball out the window. You know, they play solid baseball, but in that moment they messed up on the bases. Next inning we went up and hit a jack, bro, and we won the game 2-1.
Wow.
Jeez.
Post game we walk out. And I didn't see it personally, but one of my teammates. Did you see it? Or?
I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you tell it.
Pretty much. So we're all changing in the same spot. Like it was
Okay.
kind of a gnarly game.
Okay.
No one's really saying anything, and all the guys from China start leaving the locker room. And there's like this little side yard thing, like right before you get in the stadium, and they're all standing by this tree, and he's kind of like talking to them and stuff. And obviously, I don't speak Chinese, so I didn't know what he was saying, but it seemed really mellow. I was like, okay, you know, like that was a good game. Like,
Yeah.
no big deal. And then all of a sudden, I see this kid turn around and get spanked.
What?
With the bat.
It was crazy. Like the whippy part, like the knob. Like he whipped the knob, bro. It was crazy.
The
You gotta,
knob
like,
must
lean
hurt.
up against a tree and
I saw 2 hands on the tree, dude.
That's crazy.
The craziest part though was like, it seemed totally normal to them. Like they were kind of uncomfortable, and then they went and changed, and they were all just smoking ciggies, like in the
bro,
same
they
spot.
ripped
After.
cigs.
And the skipper was like, they're smoking cigs too. So I was like, it's just something they do, I guess.
They ripped darts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting spanked after a game is crazy.
Crazy.
And then smoking
bro.
cigarettes after.
But if you
Well, that's
if you
crazy.
think about it, we looked it up after, and there's not a single Chinese-born player in MLB. So that's their team, bro. The WBC is like their team. So like that's national pride.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
like
Wow.
if you're
Yeah.
coming out and not winning in like a winter league because of a base running error, and I think they were getting prepped for a qualifier.
They're getting prepped for the qualifiers for the Olympics
Oh wow.
or the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, WBC.
Okay.
So a lot of the guys on that team, like, are they like young, or is
I
like a
think-
good?
It was a mix.
Hey,
but
they did have one dude that played in MLB though, Alan Carter. Did he ever play in the MLB or did he just play in affiliate ball? Because he was with
He's
the Blue
still-
Jays and the Angels.
Alan Carter, like
Yeah.
the guy there now, the guy that we played against.
Yeah.
He's an affiliate ball,
Okay.
He's worked his way up
He's in the
still.
Mexican League right now though.
but he's born here.
Oh.
His parents are from China, or his mom's from China, I think.
That's why when I talked to him, he sounded so normal. I was
Yeah,
like, you don't even have an accent,
No,
bro.
he was just. I think he went to
That's
college
awesome.
here too. I don't remember where. but,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that would explain it. Yeah. No, some of those guys are good, bro.
Yeah.
Real
They-
crafty
They don't
baseball.
strike out very much. They're hard. They're tough at bats.
Yeah, you get to
I
2
mean,
strikes, they start fouling everything
Dude,
off.
Just pesky.
Yeah,
Oh my
bro.
gosh, it's insane. Their bats look like fungos. All their
Jeez.
bats look like fungos.
Ground balls, they look like routine. Like the routine plays are all like exactly how you draw it up, bro. You know, like technique's perfect.
Like a machine.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Dang. That's
pitches
So-
were funky though. How'd you like
Pitchers are
paint,
funky.
how'd you like facing them? Did you?
So, the first game we played China, Skip had a lineup, right?
Oh, that's right.
And then he said, okay, we're going to have this lineup, and then we play him one other time during the season, and we're going to flip it.
Okay.
So I was like, cool, like I'm down. I'll
Yeah.
get the susses out from the dugout and like see what we're going up against. And that was the epic game that guy hit the jack, and we ended up winning 2-1. Next time we played him, I wasn't in the lineup again, so I was like, damn.
That's
all right, like I see how it is.
He bored of gameplay because I didn't pitch that second game either.
And I was so hot during that time too. That's like why I was mad. I didn't like take it personal, but I was just like, oh man, I really wanted to see some like top quality pitching.
Yeah.
And see
And
how
to say
hot I really was
To
because
say
I
you
was starting
faced
to like.
China.
What was that?
To say you faced China.
Yeah,
too.
like I really kind of wanted that, and so I ended up getting to pinch hit in the bottom of the 6th. We were down 1-0 though.
Okay.
So our first guy, he was this Venezuelan kid. He got a hit to begin the game.
Okay.
Like first batter of the game, hit a little slap.
Yeah.
And he was like kind of like a Luis Ariz kind of player.
Yeah.
Like he was real cool like that. Just first pitch of the game, slaps it to right field, gets a base hit. I was like, good start.
Yeah.
And they retired 15 straight after that. We didn't get a single hit. They were K-ing everybody. And then our pitching was really good too, though. We'd only given up the 1 run. Was it Donnie? I think it was Donnie. Yeah, he was shoving. And the first guy, so we played 7 innings. First guy, bottom of the 6th, our last chance. He gets a single to left field after a really long at bat, and I got to pinch hit as the second guy in the inning. And so that was my only AB.
Yeah.
I got a double. It was sick. I got
Yeah,
a
you
double
got
down
it.
the left field line, but he didn't. He like, it was kind of weird. He ran halfway and then kind of like hesitated, and so he didn't score.
Okay.
But he got to third, and then it was second and third, and we kind of rallied a little bit and made it 2-1, and then they brought in that one dude, Alan Carter, who was like the only dude there that I think hit 95.
Yeah. He was pumping cheese.
He was pumping cheese, bro. And he had a good arsenal, but I never got to face him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The guy I faced was lefty. They brought him in to face me, lefty.
Yeah.
He was only throwing like probably 85, but he threw me a slider outside corner,
Yeah.
and I just kind of
Poked it the other way.
just poked it. But so I don't know if that was like the best guy I could have faced, but I'm stoked to at least have gotten an IB.
Sure.
Like that was cool.
Did they have any like funky movement guys?
Yeah.
Like crazy arm slots?
The guy that I faced was weird.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Sale
Okay.
a little bit, but he wasn't as tall, so
Sure.
it just didn't come out the same. But
Okay.
but he had a real weird kind of
Arm slot.
yeah.
That could be hard to pick up.
Yeah.
So I know outside of baseball and everything, you like to serve. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So surfing's probably the reason I didn't play college ball, or I took that break that I had. High school ball ended a little shaky, and I didn't really know like what my next step was, so I don't know. Surfing was something I grew up doing. Grew up in San Diego, so one of the best places to grow up surfing in the world. Not anything crazy, like kind of small waves, but it's always something to do if you're doing that. And baseball was like this kind of more disciplinary thing, like more of a grind, more of like something you don't think about too much else when you're in the middle of the season. But surfing was like a cool escape, so I always kind of went back and forth. But so I just kind of turned my attention to that and was like, well, if I'm not gonna play college ball, I'm just gonna get super good at surfing and just take that seriously. And I had homies that did both, so we just went on that grind, and it just got really addicting, and I just kept going, I guess. I moved to Hawaii when I was 19, and like kind of set a plan like that I'm just gonna push myself in the water and become like a good waterman and surf bigger waves. And I don't know, but it took me a lot of places. I'm glad to be back here doing this now. I definitely miss the water, but we went to the beach a couple weeks ago, and I got to. Have you guys been to the beach yet?
No, we haven't gone.
We were gonna go on Memorial Day, but we figured it was supposed to be like really packed down there.
Yeah.
So we just ended up hanging out, and it rained, but we ended up just hanging out here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were all gonna go, huh?
Yeah. So talk about you moved to Hawaii at 19. That's a crazy move. Like
It was kind of big time. I went on like a, I don't know, me and my buddy did like a 2-night stay in Laguna Beach, and when we were there, he got accepted to UH. So he was like, I think I'm gonna go to UH, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, maybe I could cruise with. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, I don't want I don't want to live in the dorm, so we could just get a spot and just do our thing. So he went out there to go to college, and I just kind of found a job and started from the bottom. Like, I really didn't have much when I went out there, to be honest. I was not good at saving money when I was a kid. I don't know. Second I started making money when I was 16, it was just going all over. Like, bought a car, you know, and did some. So I went out there, I think, with like $2,000, and I was like, all right, you know, paid first month's rent. And then I had like, I think I had like $1,400, and then it was when we went out there. It was 2020. It was like right when COVID started. Yeah. So I think we had to quarantine. We had to quarantine for like a week, so I was getting groceries delivered to the house, which just ran me dry, bro. By the time we got out of quarantine, I think I had like $200 to my name, and I was like, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. So I just found a job. So literally like starting from the bottom all over again. Yeah. So that was kind of the only, I couldn't really think about like, oh, I want to go back and play baseball, or like, I was like, I have to figure out how I'm gonna make this work, because I'm kind of screwed. So just one step at a time, bro. I got a job in this bakery and started making bread at like 2 a.m. every day, and I get out at 10:30 and I go surf for like 8 hours, bro. Yeah. What? Yeah, he made 2 types of bread. Nah, dude, I was getting screwed, bro. So my boss, his wife lived in Japan, so he went to visit her, and he got stuck there during COVID. Oh, wow. So I had to like start running the shop for him, basically like full on like doing everything, and I was still making like $12 an hour. I was there at 2:30 a.m. every day and getting out like 10:30, and then I'd go surf all day, and then I'd sleep for like 3 hours, then I'd go up and do it again, and I was like, man, I'm not making any money. And I got a second job, which was like busting tables at this restaurant in Waikiki from like 2 p.m. to like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So it started just taking over my life, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So anyway, I got lucky, and one of the manager of the place I was working at promoted me to be a bartender. So I just started bartending when I was 21, and was just surfing and bartending for a couple of years, and just living that life, man. But it's a simple life. Hawaii's the best. Yeah. It's so sick. Perfect waves almost every day. You can like, no matter where you go in the summer, South Shore is firing, South Shore, Southeast. In the winter, North Shore is firing, West Side's firing. So there's always good waves, man. That's awesome. Good fishing. Yeah. Good snorkeling. Good free diving spots all over, dude. You got a free dive on West Side, bro. You would die. Yeah. It's so sick. And none of that. What was that weird ass coral you told me about? Oh, fire coral. Yeah, none of that shit. Yeah, I didn't see any of that.
So we were talking about lobstering, like what I do, lobstering, and like kind of like snorkeling, how it's all done, and like I was telling a story about how I touch fire coral, and like, I mean, your hand swells up as soon as you touch it, and it's a burning sensation. Yeah. Like, it goes throughout your whole body. Oh. I mean, and the lobsters hide like right under the rocks, right under there. So when you gotta be careful when you grab one. So like, if it's red, let it go. I mean, if it's brown, you can touch it. But like, sometimes the red, when it's murky water, especially like in like by the Keys and stuff like that, when it gets murky, you really can't tell like the color right away. So you you just gotta go for it. But crazy, bro. No, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, like fishing, like I've never gone fishing on the West Coast. The only time I've ever been to West Coast was San Francisco one time. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that was awesome. I loved it. I visited for a couple of days. Went to the Giants Park. Did a whole tour there. That was awesome. Sick. Had some blue crab. Went to Pier 49. I think. What is it called? The one with the seals.
Is it 49 or 51? Something like
one
that.
Of those.
Yeah.
So one of those. Yeah. So that was there, and that was awesome. I mean, I liked it. Shout out to my boy Eli, who lives there now currently. We keep in touch, and kind of he tells me everything that goes on over there. So it's pretty cool.
Right, like an hour from there. Maybe an hour and a half. You go to Monterey, and you can go deep sea fishing off the coast.
Jeez.
It's the deepest part of the ocean.
It's right Mariana Trench is right there, huh?
Jeez. So, have you ever done that?
No, I went on some I worked at the aquarium out there, but I been on like whale tours and stuff, but that's awesome. Never deep sea fishing.
So my uncle and one of his like, buddies, they went out, like he literally just takes like, hey, we're flying to California, and they flew out to California. They went out on a boat like 3 days out on water to go cage dive with the great whites. So I mean, like the videos that he has, I mean, these things were monsters. So I mean, I don't know, when you're surfing out there, do they have sharks or like?
Yeah, so it's weird though. It's not like, it's gonna sound weird, but when you're surfing somewhere that's like beautiful and tropical and you can see everything swimming on the reef and the waves are perfect and you see sharks swimming around, it's totally different from being like in SoCal or like Central Cal where the water's like super dark and heavy and it's like cloudy out and you see a fin in the water. Like usually like out there it'll be a great white or like a mako shark or great whites are just scary, bro.
True.
They're so scary.
I mean, I don't want to be within 1,000 yards of one.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, man. Like a lot of the sharks, there's still a lot of shark attacks in Hawaii, but you just don't get the same vibe. Like I've had a pretty crazy encounter with a tiger shark one time, but otherwise it's just like those nurse sharks. You see a lot of those, and
nurse sharks are fun.
Yeah, they're cool. They're just chillers.
So when I went to the Bahamas, I went to the Exumas, and like there's just like this place that they take you by, and like it's kind of like a dock thing, but they have like a bar and everything set up, and it's like a whole bunch of nurse sharks right there, and you swim with them. It's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the only times I've seen a bunch of them, and there's a spot on West Side that you can go free dive at. You swim like 400 or 500 feet out, and there's these like smokestacks on the beach, and you just follow directly where they go out, and there's like these tubes in the water. I don't know how to explain it really, but they shoot warm water out into the sea. So when you go over there, you see like all the fish going into the tube and getting shot out. Like they're playing it. It's so sick, bro. They're literally having fun. Yeah. And then you see the sharks like just kind of chilling over there, but like a lot of times they're just sleeping on the bottom. Yeah. But it's crazy to see like sea animals playing like that. Yeah. Like all the other encounters I have were like California or like other places out there. It's just I don't know, more like fishing. But then when I started free diving, I was like, damn, these fools like have little personalities.
Yeah, they have little.
Yeah. It was like a vibe down there. Yeah. Like if we were chilling here doing our thing or like having a party or something, like that's what they were doing. It's so sick.
So like lobsters are the same thing. They're like kind of assholes. Like so they swim backwards. It's kind of funny. So like if you pull them out of the rock, so you have like a net and a tickle stick. Mm-hmm. So like when you gotta drag them out of the rock. And like you try to get close to him, he would like look at you, and then as soon as you get like right there, like the net going over, he just like swings back, and like he would just like taunt you, but like he won't go far. Like he will be like maybe like 10 feet, and he would just stop and look at you again, and like just start waving his tentacles at you or like his antennas at you, and it's kind of like crazy.
Where do you go, like, and how much do you usually come back with?
So. My first time I went out with my buddy Duval and my brother Chris. So we go for mini season only. Like that's the time to go really because like by the time regular season starts, all like the commercial ships kind of wipe that out. So when we go out there, I think the first time we came back with like, we had like 7 licenses on the boat, 3 divers, but we came back with like 40 something. I think like whole dock full of lobsters. And then what's crazy is like you'll go out there and then day 2 comes around, you'll probably find like 5 keepers. Everything else is just throwback, too small.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There's like a whole bunch of boats. So.
But you don't want to just take ones that are unnecessary because
there's
not enough meat inside of it or
no, so there's like regulations. So when you grab them out, there's like a measurement. You gotta put it between the eyes and like the stick. If the stick goes in like past their shell, like it goes in, you can't take them out of the water. So you have to measure them under the water before you even put them out.
I see.
But if you get caught with them on your boat, I mean you probably you get your license suspended for a year and you go to jail.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's pretty strict out there with FWC out there. So.
Yeah. Are those just young lobsters or are they just not?
Just not size yet. Yeah. So pretty much is how it is.
Interesting.
And then there's people that do illegal stuff where like they'll put like a hurricane shutter, mark it on the boat GPS. They'll come back around, but the cops can't catch you throwing the shutter in the water because that's like littering and stuff like that. So, but it's kind of crazy how that works. Like they'll like plan it all out. And like we'll go like to this one big bay area, like there's like a whole bunch of hotels, like maybe like 5 miles away from us, and it's like 40 boats all around us, and just people getting dragged on the back of the boat, like looking for lobsters. Like it's crazy.
Bro? It's competitive, huh?
It feels like it's competitive nature, Like and everybody.
I watch those shows, bro, on Discovery. What is that? The Big Catch or whatever.
Yeah, the construction.
Those fools get hella pissed at each other.
Yeah, dude. So like it'll be funny, like you run into someone you know on the water, they'll be like, "Oh, how many you caught?" We'll be like. We have like 30 in there. We'll be like, oh, we only caught 2.
Yeah. Because you don't want them to go
into your spot. Yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, we got like 40. You're like, oh, where were you at? And that's where we're going tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool.
I don't have any interesting stories about traveling. I've literally only been to the East Coast. The furthest I've been is Florida. So like these stories are ridiculous.
I mean, dude, when it comes to America, like
There's
this
so
trip we
much.
took, this was the first time I had even gone past like Arizona, like Colorado, Nevada, like
Mhm.
you know, I've been all
Yeah.
up and down West Coast and
Like
in that
district
area.
over there.
Yeah, but as far as like Central and East, I haven't seen any. I think I've crossed 10 states off my list.
Yeah.
10,
Wow.
11, 12. And we keep going to like when we play in like we're going to go play in South Carolina. I guess we went to the beach down there the other day, but
Sure.
it's just kind
You
of
said Georgia too, right?
Yeah, we played Georgia.
Yeah, we played in
Sunday,
Georgia.
Yeah.
We played in Maryland, so we got to like pass through like DC and all, or DC's above Maryland, but you know, we got to go kind of touch a little bit of every
Yeah.
state. So I'm like looking on the map,
It's pretty
seeing
cool.
some shit.
It was cool, bro. It's cool.
So, I'm from Florida. I played baseball in the Midwest. Definitely a big culture shock, right? When you're like seeing the other side of like America.
Crazy,
Yeah, how the
yeah.
other side lives in America, right?
That's how it was
So-
when I moved out to Arkansas to go to school. It was
Yeah.
like, dude, life's different.
Yeah, life's different. Yeah.
Different speed, bro. I feel like West Coast, everyone's just they're just on the go. They're just on the go, and they got bills to pay, money to make.
Yeah.
No one's ever trying to get personal, but like out here, bro, everyone slows down a little bit. People start talking to each other a little more.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Couldn't
You have
have said it
conversations
better,
in the
bro.
grocery store, you know,
Yeah.
like out there that doesn't happen. I mean, not as often.
Yeah.
Here everyone's so nice.
So nice, bro.
Like they talk to like, I mean the other day when we were at our first game that we went to, some random guy just came up and started having a conversation with us. Like in Pennsylvania, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like you can, like I mean the area we live in isn't the best, but like, just people in the South just seem so much nicer than
Yeah.
everywhere else,
It's true,
That's
bro.
true.
which is great.
Happy
but-
to represent that half of the population.
Yeah,
So-
man.
So what are your hobbies, Austin?
Yeah, I guess just snowboarding. That's the only other thing I really do. It's the wintertime, I'll snowboard.
Snowboarding.
Yeah. Been doing it since I was like 7 or 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the coolest spot to go snowboard?
I really haven't gone out of California for snowboarding before. Kind of spoiled, bro. I live like an hour and a half from a resort.
Okay.
Is it Mammoth
like-
or Tahoe?
No, Dodge. It's
Dodge.
it's smaller.
Okay.
It's smaller. It's
How far are you from Mammoth? Or what's
Mm,
closer, Mammoth or
Mammoth's
Tahoe?
closer to you.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Mammoth would be
Tahoe's
so
up there though, right?
Tahoe's
Yeah.
like probably like 2 hours.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, snowboarding. It's a thrill. You just go down the hill, bro, and it's nothing else in your head. It's just cruising.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since I was a kid because my uncle worked up there, and so we just started going.
What's like the highest, like, are you like what is it called, like
Black Diamond?
Black Diamond, and what's a blue?
Yeah,
I'm a blue
yeah.
diamond expert in Colorado. I haven't tested the limits after that. I'm like a green bunny hill first, and then
Oh,
like
yeah.
second run, and then I'll go up to the blue.
Snowboarding's sick until you get worked.
Yeah.
You get worked, bro. You wake up so sore the next day, like the hair on your head hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like the first couple times, because you're gonna fall the first couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, the levels it's like green, bunny hill, I think, and there's blue, and then some places have one after, but then it's black and then double black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a big double black?
I'll do any of them.
Jeez.
Double
Uh-huh.
black. That's
Double black.
I've gone down a couple double blacks on a snowboard, but it is uncomfortable, dude. I'm slamming the
It's
brakes
just-
on
it's
every
just like
100
that,
feet or
bro.
so.
The
Yeah.
sketch part about double blacks is it's usually a lot icier, bro, because you're
Yeah.
so much higher up on the mountain.
It's
So you just-
cold and it hasn't been touched, so
Yeah.
like some of the spots you're going through are pretty wild, and you go faster too on those spots.
so fast, bro.
You guys
If
gotta
you try, what's
No,
up?
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you try breaking out and like bailing out, that's when you usually eat it, bro. Because
You catch an edge, or
You
that's
catch an
the-
edge and then you.
That's what I always loved about surfing over snowboarding is that, like, if you don't want to commit, you can bail. But snowboarding, you have to commit, bro.
If you're scared, that's when you get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
You
If you
gotta
don't,
commit.
if you like hit the eject button or you try to half-ass it or not commit, like
The
you're gonna
mountain-
get
The mountain's coming up to you real
Yeah,
fast,
it's
and
gonna
you're
be
stuck to a
bad.
board, so there's no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
sick, bro. Yeah, I guess just because of where I'm from, so snow and then the beach, you know. So I'm kind of blessed to be close to it because that's the reason.
You
I
get the
picked it
best
up,
of
I
both
guess.
worlds out there.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's not
The
bad.
beaches out there
It's
are
not
so
bad.
sick. They're like real raw.
Yeah.
Because in like SoCal, it's like you can find some good quiet spots. Of course, they're everywhere, but
A lot more people.
a lot more people just because it's like real hot and kind of like the water's a good temperature. Up north, it's like
colder.
pine trees and it's real rugged, but like you could go find beaches all to yourself
Mhm.
and
That's
go
awesome.
take a cold plunge. It
It's a lot colder.
wakes up the
water's
soul.
colder up
Yeah.
there, yeah.
I've never surfed higher up than I think the highest up I've ever surfed is Santa Cruz, a little bit above Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz is
But-
still pretty warm.
It's still warm. Yeah, exactly. Like if it's sunny out and it's like August or September, it's not too bad. But I've been in the water. I've been to Ocean Beach.
Mm,
Yeah, that water is nuts.
yeah.
So, you were talking to Roman today. I remember like I was like warming up for the game. But what the biggest wave you've ever taken on that you got like collapsed on?
Bro.
Oh, yes. Bro, he's
Oh,
had some
man.
wicked stories about that
Yeah,
on the way
man.
out here.
I got some.
Some
I don't know.
bangers.
It's all good memories. It's all good memories, man. But they're like, I'm thankful to be back on the baseball grind because when I was away from baseball and that was like my way of pushing myself, I would push my limits with it. But sometimes like I didn't know when to say no, so which is good. Like that's kind of an experience you like. That's something you want for yourself is like to be able to push it to the max and not have like a limit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that's how I saw it. So at first it started out in I think 2020, the first winter I moved out there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go check out North Shore. I watched all my heroes surf up there my whole life. You know, let's see what it's all about. Cause that summer that I moved there was it's pretty much just a lake out there.
Yeah.
Like you're just chilling on the beach. It's good vibes. It's like the country over there instead of like you get away from like the busy South Shore. And so I just kept sitting on that beach. I was like, I can't believe there's 20-foot waves that break right here.
Jeez.
So I had to obviously go suss it out during the winter.
Break
And,
on shore at 20 foot.
like yeah, there's shore break
crazy,
spots there
bro.
that get pretty big. Not so much 20, but like if you go to like the outer reefs, it's like you can get 40 to 60-foot waves there. So yeah, so the first winter I went out there and you don't want to surf up there on the first swell of the winter because all like during summer it's all a sandbar. It's just a giant sandbar. You can't see the reef. And then during the winter, the first west or northwest swell that comes through sweeps all the sand off the reef. So you want the reef there because that's what forms the wave. So you wait for it. You go up there and suss out the first swell, and like you can probably go if it's 4 to 5 feet and just get some sketchy ones and like kind of get your toes wet, you know. But you're really waiting for that second swell. So the second swell came in and it wasn't too gnarly. It was like 6 to 7 foot. I was like, all right, I can handle that. Mind you, like 6 to 7 foot in Hawaii is like 3 times the power of probably 6 to 7 foot in California. At least 3 times the power. It's unreal. It's just thicker, heavier, more consequence, shallower.
Yeah.
So I was like, these are probably like some of the biggest waves. Like if you're surfing 6 to 7 in California, it's like you're surfing like a little overhead. You surf 6 to 7 in Hawaii, it's like double overhead, a little more.
Jeez.
So we went to this spot, and I had met this girl right when I moved out there. She was from Texas, but she moved to Hawaii when she was really young. She was crazy charger.
Okay.
So I was like, she hit me up one day, and she's like, hey, like, you want to go to North Shore with me? Let's go.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm down. And I'm just thinking, like, all right, this chick's taking me up there. She's probably going to go take me to surf, like, 2 to 3 feet, 3 to 4. Like, no big deal. She's from Texas.
You thought she was going to take it easy on you.
Yeah, we pull up to the spot, dude, and it's just hollow. Just big ones coming in. I was like, oh, man, here we go.
Start getting a little nervous.
And I'm like, I don't see a lot of guys out. And I'm like, all right, well, there's only one. And luckily for me, there was like a channel. Like, you kind of get in, paddle out through the channel, and you get out in the lineup. So she told me, she's like, whatever you do, just don't paddle straight to the peak. Like, just feel out the lineup a little bit. I actually ended up getting a couple good waves. I didn't want to like overstay my welcome there. I got a couple, got out of there, and it was a really good day. Like, super chill, good vibes, pretty heavy but fun. Got out of there unscathed, didn't get burned at all. And then the second time we pulled up to the spot like a little bit more west, and it was like colossal. So after that, like I was pretty addicted to it. I was like, this is awesome. This is what I'm gonna get into. In the meanwhile, I'd always just surf small waves in California, just more performance surfing, just having fun with the boys. Like it never was overwhelming really, until you go up to Northern California and like it's pretty crazy up there. But I never touched that stuff before, so this was all new to me. So after just every winter getting hyped for it over and over again, I started finally going on surf trips and like going and seeing other countries and surfing some different spots. And yeah, I just kept pushing myself. Like it'd be like 8 foot and I'd be like, all right, you know, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I can survive this. I'm ready for 9 foot. So
Yeah.
you just kind of feel it out. And like sometimes when you go out and it's 6 to 8 foot,
Yeah.
a random rogue 12 footer will come through at any moment. So
Spawner.
it's, I don't know. I really, to answer your question, hopefully you cut a lot of this because I just had the craziest run-on sentence in my life for like 10 minutes, but like I have no idea how big the biggest wave I surfed was. At some point I could like, I don't have it on film, but I have some sick ones like I could flash to or something.
Yeah.
as it's going on. But yeah, I think the biggest one I surfed was last year. I went to Mentawai Islands with my uncle, and we got there. It takes about 4 days to get to the Mentawai. It's like you fly to Singapore. From Singapore you fly to Hawaii. From Hawaii you fly to Singapore. From Singapore you fly to Padang. We stayed in Padang a night. We got on a ferry. Went on like a 6 to 7 hour ferry ride to Sumatra. Got on a speedboat from Sumatra. Went about another 5 hours to a little island, and just got blessed, dude. Right when we got there, it was actually sketchy getting there on the boat because the storm hit as we were out there. So it was like everyone was seasick. It was just it was. Well, the ferry was worse than the speedboat because the ferry was so big. So every time it rocked, everyone
would swing with it.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like me and my uncle were drinking beers and we were like, "Oh, dude, this is fun." And like everyone was just having a hard time holding their lunch down. But you know, we got on the speedboat. It was kind of gnarly, but we got there in one piece. And I passed out. There was a meal there waiting for me. I passed out for like probably 15 hours. I woke up at like 6 in the morning, and my uncle woke me up and was like, "Come on, let's go." And I was like, all right. And I was like, I'm not even going to check the swell because I don't want to know. And so we get on the boat. We drive about 20 minutes, 30 minutes on the boat and get around to the spot. And as soon as we turn the corner, like where you're seeing land and you turn the corner and like the bay kind of comes in.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from the back and I'm like, oh, it looks pretty big, but it looks manageable.
Yeah.
So we go behind, like way outside, and pull up. Drop anchor, and the second I like get outside of the boat and I look over the edge, there's like I don't even know, bro, like 12 to 15 foot just hollow, like fully sucking off the reef, just dry, dry reef right there. Like if you don't make it, you're torched. And I'm looking over and I'm seeing all these boats and I'm seeing like all these stickers. Yeah. And I'm seeing stickers on boards and I'm like, oh my gosh, bro, there's some big dogs here.
So what does the sticker on the boards mean? I'm sorry to cut you off.
I mean, if you're seeing that, usually you're looking at, you know, some professional surfers, sponsored guys. I see this guy Shane Dorian and Jackson Dorian. Shane Dorian is one of the most revolutionary surfers during his time. And if you ever watch a movie called Momentum Generation, you'll see him in there with like Kelly Slater. Everyone's heard of him. Obviously, you're from Florida, and you know, Rob Machado, all those big dogs. Taylor Ward, crazy stuff. And I saw him and his dad, and I was like, oh, I'm in a heavy spot right now. But I paddled out and just waited my turn, dude. Finally got one, and I went straight over the falls and snapped my board and thought I was gonna die, dude. There was like I almost gave up. Like I literally almost gave up. Jeez. And I finally got up and I was taking my last breath and I saw like what was, you know, twice the size of the ceiling landing straight on top of my head, and I was like, I like kind of blacked out for a sec, came up, got caught inside for 20 minutes, and then got back on the boat and was like, shit.
Done for the day.
Down for the day.
Yeah, broke my board. Got to go back to the camp to even get a new one, so I'm just going to sit this one out, and then kind of rethought my whole life after that and was like,
Jeez.
maybe I want to get back into baseball.
So it's like something told you down there, like baseball.
It's
Baseball.
like,
and
you know,
they
it wasn't,
brought
it
you
wasn't that. So there was something in me after that was like, all right, like, I got to get mine, but
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with getting mine and that being tapping out, you know, like I still want to surf my whole life, but I was fine with getting it, like reaching that goal and being like, all right, you know, there's other things out there. I'm gonna die if I keep doing this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trained to do this. Like, I haven't been doing this since I was a kid. This is something I just picked up a couple years ago. I'm still, you know, I'm still hitting the vape with my friends. I'm not working out my lungs. You know what I mean? Like, I could die out here. Like, it really hit me. Like, I had a couple close calls on the North Shore that were pretty bad, and then that one was like, all right, dude. Like,
Right.
what's more realistic here? Like, you need to find what you can do and get on with it. So
I can't imagine coming up after being beaten down in the water for a bunch to look up and see another wave just come right down on top of you.
But it's
That's
almost
just
like it's like a spiritual experience, dude, because you know there's nothing you can do. That was the one thing that I really like learned with big wave surfing is you are not in control.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something I had a hard time with growing up my whole life. I like to be in control of everything, and I felt like I had control over everything. And then when I started doing that, it was like it humbled me, and I became a better person through it because I became
So like you're talking about that, what came to my head was like, so my art professor, like, her name was Stacy Loads, and she was always like her famous one. Like the first one that we learned was called the Wave. It's a Japanese.
Okay.
It's like the one with the big wave with the boats, and it's like man versus nature.
Okay.
And it's like the boats in the back are always so small compared to the giant wave. It's basically saying what you're saying, but like that's what the painting is supposed to describe.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like crazy
I know
how
that painting.
So it's kind of crazy how like what you're saying right here, like of you being in the water, it's been like throughout many years since like early on of like human beings are like being around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like humans have discovered that we are no match for Mother Nature.
Yeah.
And it's like a crazy thing. Like anytime you experience Mother Nature at its big moments in life, you are at the mercy of it. Whether it's big waves, hurricanes, any sort of storm, it's pretty fascinating, bro.
Yeah.
Just like that painting does truly represent right there.
Yeah. We're talking about like a painting like from the 1400s. I mean,
Mhm,
it was literally
exactly.
stamped, like ink stamped on wood blocks, and like these people were talking about this type of stuff that you experienced back then. Like,
And that that's what made me realize like just all there's so many things in life that are so not important that we're so wrapped up in because we want to just know what's happening next all the time. But like once you're in an experience like that, you're just happy to let life roll on and go with the flow.
True.
Like
It's a good
you
way
can't
to put it.
resist the flow, bro.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean,
We're Mother Nature too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you notice how it is when you like conflict with your friends or like, I don't know, when shit gets weird in life or whatever. Like you get stressed out.
Yeah.
Like,
You try fighting it makes it worse.
yeah, exactly. Like there's no way I could have like what am I supposed to do when that thing's about to hit me on the head? I just had to let go and just let myself get tossed.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta get tossed.
Sometimes you gotta get tossed, bro. Sometimes you gotta get thrown around.
Sometimes the salad has to get tossed.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That's gonna be a clipboard. That's gonna be.
Sometimes.
But no, I mean, being like spiritually deep like that, like that's honest to God. Like, I mean, we're going out on the boat, right? Like, you're talking about 12 to 50. You're surfing these things. I'm going on the boat, 6-foot waves, and I'm like, let's turn this thing back around.
Yeah, shit gets real so fast,
I'm like,
bro.
what are we doing out here?
The ocean's so scary, bro.
The scariest part is like, you know you can't breathe down there.
Yeah.
So anytime you're in a situation like that, that's like you get out of there because like I know it's gonna sound stupid, but like every human loves breathing. Everyone's afraid to lose their oxygen. Bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the worst way to die.
Yeah,
That's the most painful way to die.
Yeah, it's most painful. It's the longest. So, that was the best thing, bro. Is I became not afraid to die.
Yeah.
And that was like something I always thought about, bro. I had nightmares about dying all the time.
Jeez.
It was weird. I mean, everyone has nightmares about dying.
Yeah.
You always wake up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always had nightmares about dying.
Jeez.
Not
That's.
anymore, dude.
I just
Constantly,
learned.
I know.
Not since I'm back on the ball field, dude. I told
Dude,
Austin
listen to
dude,
this.
last night. Oh my gosh, bro, this was crazy. Last night I had some crazy nightmares. I can't like truly recollect what they are, but they were spooky, like haunted house, and like I was kind of. There was some evil presence, and I was tossing and turning. We went to bed at like 1:32. We woke up and we went. We woke up for an early church service this morning.
Okay.
And we got back. We were gonna hit the gym, and I was like, I'm kind of tired. He was kind of tired. I was like, let's just take a nap and then wake up, hit the gym, and then go to the field. Like,
Yeah.
so we can kind of just get in rhythm after that. Like,
Yeah.
let's get our rest. Dude, my dream was the whole entire dream was about like a little litter of puppy dogs. Like, like every time, like say I was sitting on this couch, there was like dogs like on my shoulder and like jumping up on my chest, and they were just like little tiny dogs. And I swear, for 2 hours straight, everywhere I went, I just had these dogs with me.
True.
And I lived a whole lifetime with this litter of dogs. And I woke up from my nap, and I was so refreshed and happy. And I
We
was
didn't
like,
hit the gym,
I would,
bro. We just went straight to the game.
yeah, I was light as a feather, bro.
And you hit a grand slam.
And I hit a grand slam.
Maybe you need to have more.
One for every dog, bro.
Yeah,
One
you
for
literally
every
have to
dog.
start having those dreams more often.
I
I
don't
think it's a
know what.
sign.
I haven't had a dream like that in my life, dude. But it felt it,
It
set,
worked,
it
though.
set me up, dude.
What type of dogs were they, or do you don't remember?
They were just like labs, bro. Like, it was like that ideal like little like baby lab that you see in the picture. There was
Yeah.
a bunch of them. I couldn't believe it.
What would you do if me and Josh get you a lab and bring it out to the next game, like a little puppy lab?
So he's like the team rep now.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be
But you gotta
sick.
take it back with you to California. So he
Dude,
really
that
does
is
have to
fun.
follow you.
Yeah. That might not work out like it did in my dream because I didn't. I woke
Yeah.
up with no responsibilities.
Yeah,
it's definitely it's a dream of mine. Though. If I ever have property, I'm gonna get a. That's my vision now. Dude.
You get a little litter of
I'm
dogs.
gonna be driving on the side of the road. I'm gonna see a box full of dogs, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
All right.
it's a sign.
It's a sign.
These are coming with me.
No, that's awesome.
I would say my final question for you guys: if you guys could go back in time and tell like your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
It's a good one.
Wow.
Probably that it all works out, bro. Like, there's been times in my life where like I didn't know what was next. Like I stopped playing baseball. Multiple times. I got diabetes. I thought I was done with baseball. Found myself back in it. Didn't think it was gonna work, and then here I am again. It all works out the way it's supposed to. God's got a plan, bro, and it's the best plan. It's way better than anything I got planned for myself. So just keep trusting the process. Keep on keeping on, man. That's all I got.
I've learned a lot from this dude. I was so stressed all the time, like but his mentality when you're living with someone like that, you can't drag the boat down, bro. You gotta learn to kind of have that mindset as well. Oh man, shoot. I mean, something I'd say to my younger self is just to have better like social intelligence, honestly. When I was a kid, like I think I took a couple wrong steps just because I wanted to be cool or like fit in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it ultimately like led me to all the wrong things. So, and I think that's the hard thing nowadays with social media and all this, like kids have so much access to information and other people's lives that all they do is compare themselves to other people, want to be other people instead just I wish I would have just been myself the whole time, and I found myself, and I'm lucky to have found myself in my 20s. Like some people don't find it their whole life or find it later in life, and whenever that is, that's amazing, and it's something that everyone needs to something that everyone should get to experience. But yeah, dude, my dad was a cop when I was a kid, so it wasn't like cool for me to be like a good kid, like straight up. Like people thought I was a narc and stuff, and I was in ROTC in high school, and like I was kind of getting kids to make fun of me when I wear my uniform on Wednesdays and stuff. But like that was me, bro. Like I was that kid. So I think I just tell my younger self, like, I shouldn't have fallen into
all of those
what
stuff.
Other people's
stupid
opinions.
kids thought. Man, and more kids should think that way too, because everybody has a purpose, man. And whatever you feel that purpose is, like, in your heart, that's your real purpose, not what your mind's telling you should be like, you know?
Yeah.
You know the right way, but...
Isn't it kind of crazy how, like, you were just talking about, like, you fall into, like... Imagine, like, if you did it. Like, imagine, like, if you really understood back then that whatever people are telling you back then doesn't matter in your life 5 years from now. Man, imagine, like, how, like, earlier on you could have found yourself, right?
Exactly.
But that's, like, that's what adulting is and understanding that is, right? Like,
Sure thing.
for me, like, I kind of figured that out in, like, freshman year of college. Like, that was, like, how I figured all my stuff out. But imagine, like, you could go, like, and understand that when you were
Get a head
16.
start?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so dang, bro.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah,
But-
100%. I mean, it is a lot harder nowadays with, like you said, social media, because everyone just watches that stuff all day, and they're like, oh, I have to be this, I have to be that.
And no one posts their failures, bro.
Exactly.
Everyone posts the best part of their lives.
Yeah.
What I would tell my younger self is to not be afraid to fail more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was good at everything when I was a kid. I once I started failing, I started doubting myself immediately. But, you know, I just had a weak mind.
Yeah.
So,
Failure's just a
That's
part of the process in the
it's
end.
just, dude, it's the best
Exactly.
part of the process.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's
Learn to
awesome.
love the failure.
Yeah.
I mean, in baseball, you kind of have to.
Oh,
But-
Dude,
Everyone
tell
fails
me
all the
about
time.
it.
Yeah.
So, like, my girlfriend thinks I'm a complete psychopath. She's like, how did you fall in love with the game where you fail like, you're the best hitter of all time when you fail 70% of the time?
We were talking about that literally
Like,
yesterday,
how
2 days
can you
ago.
fall in love with a game where you literally suck 70% of the time?
Because
It's a game of whoever sucks the less.
Yes.
that's how you know, bro. That's how you know your purpose, dude. That's how you know the sacrifice is worth it.
True.
Because think about that one little thing you do good. It's crazy how long that goes in baseball versus I also grew up playing hockey.
Yeah.
And hockey's a way different game, bro. Like your shooting percentage, if you're a good scorer, is so much higher than like a really good batting average. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you're not practicing every day. You're playing once every 3 or 4 days. Like it's a whole different schedule. You could not practice in between that time. Pull up, like get with the boys real quick, and then you're out there and the chemistry's good. Things are going down. Like you're in unison and you're winning or you're losing games. But baseball is like if you skip a beat, dude,
You're out of rhythm.
you're out of rhythm and you're fucked.
Yeah.
And there's
I
like
hate to say that.
No, yeah.
there's like a
Good.
million games within the game, bro.
There's some
A million guys.
Every pitcher's different. Baseball's the only game where it's just, besides like MMA and stuff, where it's just a constant 1v1. It's
Yeah.
insane, dude. It's like Mortal Kombat every time you step in the box.
And there's no running out the clock. There's no
Yeah,
You
no
gotta,
clock.
You gotta throw the final pitch, bro. In order to win the game, you gotta finish the game.
True.
It's a novel. It's a story, bro.
It's-
Every time.
It's crazy how it's like such a team game, but it's such an individual game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know, like when you step in the box, right? Like it feels like a one-on-one battle, but it's like you're representing your whole team.
You are, bro.
And
And,
depending
like-
on the situation, who's on
Yes.
base, or the situation of the game, you have to do a certain job for that.
Yeah. So it's like individualized, but like not really.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crazy term
It
to
is,
put
bro.
it like.
Baseball has like an infinite amount of scenarios.
Yeah. There's too many.
Baseball's
That's
not for
best
the
part.
weak-minded.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
No, bro.
No, you have to have a really good mindset to be able to play baseball.
It'll keep testing you to make sure you do too.
Every
That was the
single
biggest thing I
rep.
learned in college. Like the two teams could play on the same day and you could split. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
and it could be like we could win the first game 12-2.
And then
Second
turn around
game
and
it's we lose by 3 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
literally, bro.
Like it's just
anyone
crazy.
can beat anyone. Someone
Yeah.
can show up and have the greatest day of their life. And like, bro,
Yeah, it's crazy how it works, man.
Crazy.
You have the best start of your life and then get rained out and not even get your
Hit a grand slam in the first inning and then not even finish the game.
I was telling you that.
First professional home run might not even get counted. That's dope.
My first ever college grand slam didn't even get counted. I posted on my Instagram. I mean, I didn't care. I mean, I was like, I did this
I
thing.
would slap and post a clip.
Yeah. No, and then mine didn't count. My first ever like grand slam ever I hit in my life got rained out, and it was like probably the furthest home run I've ever hit in my life too.
So like, you're like, I'm only hitting solo shots now.
Yeah.
So hit 4 in 1 game or what?
Yeah, something like that. But no, I mean, just stuff like that happens, man. But like, so like, what you gotta learn from that, like, even though like that's happened to me my junior year, where I kind of went into a slump right after that rain delay. I would think I was batting like 450 for like 23 games into the year at that point. Like I won like conference player back-to-back weeks in a row, like for position, and I was like, man, like that kind of got me out of my groove. I was like kind of pissed off and everything, but then I kind of had to realize like the last like 3 weeks before like we had a chance to get into the playoffs, I was like, man, forget about that, man. Like just keep balling, man. Like there's no need to keep hanging on that, like, and keep worrying about what's gonna be on the books or not. Like just know what you did and just keep going with it.
Exactly. Just
one inning at a time, man.
Yeah.
Baseball's really one of those games where whatever happened yesterday, you need to just
Doesn't
forget
matter.
about it.
You gotta
Move on,
stay in
whether
the
it was
middle,
good or
bro.
bad.
You can't go up or down.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's just, it's, I don't know. Yeah.
Super unique game, but man, it's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best and the worst
best.
sometimes,
The
but
best.
it's the best.
Bro.
So like,
Baseball brings you close to nature, bro.
Nature, the homies.
Swing wood bats,
We
leather
just get to go kick it
gloves.
with the boys for
Grass
4 hours a
field.
day, bro.
are you like a big grounding guy? Just a general question. Are you like a great grounding guy?
No, but I love nature, yeah.
Okay.
But like I'm not like
Got a
looking at the
grounding
stars trying to figure out what my astrology sign is. But you know what I mean? Like
So-
all the signs that like, I mean, dude, think about how significant just, I don't know, any raw nature, anything like that, like being connected to it. Okay, to answer your question, I do think if I walk in the grass with my shoes off, I get more buzz than if I walk in the grass with my shoes on.
What?
I think there's something to do with if you're walking barefoot.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I get more
Yeah.
calm, actually. So we had like in fall ball, we had like water bag workouts, and like I'm in the outfield, and my coach is like, "Why didn't you guys just ground?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Yeah, take off your turfs, take off your socks,
Yeah.
and walk on this field." I mean,
Bro, if you think
probably
about
the
it,
best workouts I've had.
Dude,
in a
that's what
long
this
time.
fool did yesterday.
if you think about it, bro, you're I mean, there's energy coming from the earth, you know.
Yeah.
And, like we conduct energy, but when we're outside, we have rubber shoes on that stop conducting
Rubber
electricity.
is, dude. Think about why they
You
tell
drive
you
in
to
a
wear
car?
rubber shoes when there's lightning out, or
Yeah.
Hop in the car when it's raining or when it's
Yeah.
lightning, so you don't get struck.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I mean, I'm not all in, but I can see how it could work, bro.
True.
You know, like.
So what was weird was like we did it like day one we went out there, I did it with the shoes, like I wasn't tired, like I wasn't sore. Day two we like 1 day rest, I did it grounded, like barefoot, like twist everything, water bag throws and everything. The next day dead beat. I was like, if I maxed out in the gym, I was like,
That's
what
weird.
is
Yeah.
going on?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you use more of all the little micro muscles in your legs and
Yeah.
stuff because your feet's like
True.
super connect. Every movement's a true movement rather
Yeah.
than it being like flat.
True. No, I get that.
Maybe.
But
Any last comments or stories or anything?
I don't think so. Go Yankees.
Yeah.
Go
Austin-
Yankees, baby. Go Yankees.
Yeah, let's do
Austin does owe me a scoop of chocolate ice
I
cream,
do.
though.
it.
So we made a bet. I had to scoop them at first, so I would get a scoop of ice cream. But we'll
What
say.
was it like having to scoop like a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from third base?
I mean, it's pretty sick.
Is it easier or harder?
It's pretty like, so obviously no scoop is kind of easy, but like it's kind of you trying to wing it.
Yeah.
Like as a first baseman, I understood like, oh, if I get this, I get this. If I don't, like,
Yeah, you just
who
throw it,
cares?
yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. When I do it and I catch it, like you get that moment of feeling like a badass. Like we're like,
yeah,
all
oh
right,
yeah, but like think about like CJ did that like off balance throw. It was probably like 60
yeah,
over to you, and that one was like it was in your glove, but like it like kind of
rolled out.
It's
Yeah.
it's because the slower velo though.
Yeah,
huh? Like
yes.
you didn't like pocket it,
yeah. So it's easier to pick
and the
faster
bounce
velo.
can do so many different things.
Yeah.
yeah.
So with the harder throws, it's easier to pick than it is the softer ones. I would say for
That
first
makes
baseman.
sense.
That makes sense.
Because like if it's a soft throw, like you don't know like if it's gonna skip low or high, but like with the hard ones, you just know it's gonna skip low.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
So it's
true.
like just kind of stay through it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
True. So yeah, I did a lot of work with that in college. So
Hey, it looks good.
thank you,
Yeah,
man.
it looks good,
Thank
bro.
you,
I
man.
owe you
Thank
a
you.
scoop now. So
We'll save them to the end of the year.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
in late July. Then we'll
Yeah.
go to the ice cream shop and you get me.
You get them, if you get more than one, you get them all at once.
Yeah, I get like a
Cone
12 scoop of ice cream.
Hopefully it's not a 12 scoop for you, Austin.
That'd be brutal. But
Let's try to keep it
but
under
if you
5.
scoop me 12 times, I'll get you 12 scoops.
No, we'll try to keep it under 5. We'll try to keep it under.
I get the other ones.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a loan for those other 6.
That would be insane. But I just want to thank you guys for coming on.
Dude,
This is a great episode. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
learned a lot in the last hour or so.
it's been fun.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
do it
mean,
again mid-season, bro.
Yeah, see how we're feeling.
See, pick back up where we left. And see
Yeah, be a little
Perfectly
bit more
down.
seasoned for the podcast, too.
yeah.
True.
I'm so down to do another episode. This was great.
Yeah.
We're trying to whip out more podcasts. So
Hey,
yeah, I'm down.
anytime, bro.
You know.
We're
yeah.
gonna do
for
a
it.
podcast, different like IRL videos, everything like that. I know
Yeah.
you're big into. You
Let
got
me
a
know,
nice camera, bro.
Let me know what you need.
We got to
I
get more
actually- we can-
content with the team too.
Dude, I got experience in the content field, so if you whatever you need, bro, let me know, bro. I got a drone too.
Put some stuff
You got a
out there,
drone?
bro.
Yeah,
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is gonna be
Get some
great.
drone shots, bro. We can level
Get
up.
some drone shots of the barbecue, bro.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
So
Put the DJ stuff out.
so we were
Wow,
thinking.
sending it.
Yeah, we have to.
I get on the mic. Yo Yankees, what you doing?
Like a true like Florida, like,
Yeah. Put the bets up in the air.
like we're in Miami or some shit.
Yeah,
bro.
like
Gotta
John
run it
Summit
like
type of
that.
deal.
Yeah,
Like Miami,
John
how we
Summit.
doing? Yeah, like that. Man.
That'd
Fuck.
be sick.
But no, we were talking about hog hunting too. We gotta get a pig so we can cook it all at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We gotta try to figure that out.
Dude, I'm down. I'm in for whatever. I was telling Roman about that Black Ops airsoft place too. Dude, there's a place out here. It's called Black Ops
Yeah.
Airsoft. It's like in the woods, bro.
Yeah.
So you're out. It's like $30 and you get the gun and you get everything.
What the?
You
So-
go there and, like,
You told me that,
God.
and I go in my head. I don't know why. I thought, watch Sawyer just 360 no scope everybody in that fucking place.
Sawyer's just dog at
So
it.
he
Right? It
took
would just be
shots.
super quiet until
He's
we
like-
get there, and then he would.
He's just corner peeking and shit.
He's like grabbing onto the
Yeah.
wall.
No, we gotta do that. That sounds so.
Dude,
cool.
Like
I'm
task
down.
formations.
I got a GoPro too, bro. We just strapped up.
Dang.
We could have like a POV from the Black Ops airsoft, bro. It'd be sick.
Bro, we
It'd
could
be
put,
so
we
sick.
could put the Southern Shores on the map, dude.
Yes, if we do that, man, just know that we were the pioneers.
Yeah.
Just,
Paved the way.
yeah, paved the way.
Come back in a few years.
We
bro,
gotta
this
make
thing's
Omar some
popping.
money, bro.
He drives a
we do.
Maserati.
Yeah.
I think he makes
We
money
gotta make some
work.
money.
but-
We gotta make money first. Before
True.
this bit's paying
We
enough.
gotta get the hats.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
enough.
we do.
Yeah, like Rydell at least.
You don't need a new hat.
You showed up. You got a new one right away, bro.
Yeah.
We showed up the first day, bro, and he pulled out the hats out of the bag, and we were like, "What are those?"
Yeah.
They were like crinkled in the bag, like smashed down.
Dude,
Like,
that's
"Oh."
so bad.
Yeah, we got the brand new ones. He
Yeah, you
literally
did
had to
too.
order them
Wait,
right
you
away.
did too?
Yeah.
So the first one that I got was like a youth small, and he was like, "You could wear this for the first game and then give it to some kid, you know?" I mean, I just moved out here. I don't know, whatever.
Sign it, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at the game when I first caught, then he gave me a real hat, and I was like, "Man, this feels a lot better. It's not like compressed on my head, but."
Every game, I'm fighting to get the wrinkles out.
Well, you had the City Connect hat.
It's blending in.
The Rockies hat, bro. Oh, not the
The
Rockies hat.
ombre effect on the logo.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's better than mine now. At some point, your hat leveled up on mine. Even
It's
though
'cause
my
I
hat was up
sweated,
here and
bro.
yours was here, now your hat's up here and mine's here.
The last game we had at Tom Cope, I sweat so much in that hat, bro. It like shaped to my head. It kind of fixed itself. But
Mine's,
before that was cooked, bro.
mine's not good.
Looked like we were playing on the Yanks back when Babe was around, bro. The first one I put it on, bro. The first one I put on didn't even fit my head. Remember that?
And then you gave it to me and it fit mine.
Yeah.
So you would have had my hat.
Yeah.
So,
But it didn't.
thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys City Connect jerseys that we got?
With the white pants,
unsee
not
it,
the white
bro.
pants, bro. I can't do that again.
All right.
It didn't look
Felt
terrible on
wrong.
camera.
And I got worked. So
Yeah.
I, have
I
bad
got
luck
worked in
with
those
that.
too,
Yeah.
bro.
True.
We gotta switch up the pants for sure. Forgot about that.
What would you do if Omar Wright just gives you like that, the Yankees that one, but like with Des Bryant 88 on the back?
We all had it.
Yeah, we all.
We're all just 88.
That's his favorite football guy. He told me today. is
Really?
Des Bryant.
Oh, he's a
That's
Cowboys
why
fan?
the jerseys are like
No
that.
way.
Yes.
I thought it was just coincidental, bro.
That
You
makes
guys
so
all
much
have gray
sense.
pants.
No, I have
do.
ones with red
I have gray
piping.
pants. So I gotta get that.
That's better than white.
Yeah.
Do you have gray pants? Is anyone down to get gray pants?
I have gray pants already.
I have gray pants.
I can muster something up when I get a job at DBAT. I can muster.
That's fair. We'll
Because
just rock the whites for.
those are absurd, bro. With the white pants with the gray tops with my hat,
Easier to
bruh.
clean. Easier to clean too.
True.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And then if we have
Then we
5
have
games
3
in 1
unis, bro.
week, yeah, we
We
can.
have 3 whole unis instead of just
2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna have a practice again?
I hope not. I go to one practice and it's just like it was just live. Like,
Yeah, the first day you came out, it was live.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like we're all mature enough to do our own work on the side.
That's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
we play almost every day, so there's really no room for practice
yeah,
anymore.
Yeah, true. I think just with the rainouts and stuff, I've been a little anxious. We've been getting our work in.
Yeah. A little cabin fever. Feel like
Yeah,
just,
a little cabin fever, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, is it you guys have lived on the East Coast your whole life, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it rains a lot in the summer. I mean, I played like college summer ball in the CLPB.
Just the
In
humidity.
summer.
Yeah, just the humidity. But like we played a lot, like it would rain like more in the afternoon than it did like at the time that we caught up here. But like that's why we would play games like at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
so like
we-
we wouldn't
Why
catch
would we
rain.
move the game today, bro?
I think we have some really. I don't know.
It's
There
because
are some that are like earlier in the
Three or
morning.
something,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because the Rockfish had a sold out crowd coming out to the game, but they saw the rain delay and they're like,
That was
"Oh my God."
our Friday. Our Friday game was supposed to be sold out too.
Yeah, with the
Suppose
hippos.
we had to park in the overflow parking area.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that.
There
Big
were-
crowd coming out for that game.
Oh yeah, that dude. But their stadium looks sick.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like it looks brand new.
Yeah, with the big hippo in the middle. Imagine you just covering ground and
Imagine
They bring
charging
a
a ball
mascot
in center
out.
field and like the ball going into the logo and
the
you, like-
hippo's mouth.
No. I just mean because it's big. It's like a giant white logo.
Yeah.
Like if you were charging a ball, you could easily lose it.
The
You just
giant-
run
If
past
you were
it.
me, I guess.
I can't wait to play at our very high tech home field.
The coop is sick.
Nah.
JP.
JP.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, that
That
place
one looks tough.
Sick.
That does look
I
sick.
think
Supposedly we're playing there in I think it's like 2 weeks or something. That's when we
Our
start to
home
play there.
field.
Yeah, no, so we stole it from the Rockfish. He was telling me today. They originally had the lease for it, and then he snagged it.
Yeah,
because they got kicked out.
Dude,
from it.
Omar probably had to put his whole life savings into that, dude.
He put the pink slip with the Maserati. Oh no! Duh, that's funny.
So why do we have to wait 2 weeks? Then? Why don't we do
Supposedly,
that?
like we were supposed to start playing there sooner, but I guess like I don't know, something with the field, like they wanted to like wait off a little bit more. I don't know if they have to repair it or
New
something.
grass or something.
Yeah,
I love
maybe.
how we all have different information. Like, none of us are on the same page about anything. Everybody has a different idea
just,
of
like,
what's
piece it
going
together.
on. Yeah, we talk
it's
to each other, and that's
All
what
from the
we're-
same guy too.
Yeah, all from the same guy.
I'm excited for the rest
He
of the
does
season.
everything he can, bro.
I know.
You really start to see it.
Yeah.
He cares.
Today he brought the bucket of baseballs for the first
That
time.
was us.
Because I went out and I bought a bucket. Literally, there I go, bro. I need to hit BP before
Yeah.
these games. Like, I can't
Yeah.
keep like 3 balls tossing around and picking up.
And then everyone
8
shows
balls
up.
in
Yeah.
total. Yeah.
Everyone shows up at once, and then it's like the bucket's finally there, but like you're waiting 10 turns in
Yeah.
between, and you're
To
like,
get 8 swings.
yeah, and you're like,
That is true.
but he gave Sawyer the dirty work.
Coach Sawyer.
Dude, Sawyer's getting worked right now. So smoked.
Dude, so he's the full coach of that team now?
But he's on our team.
So whenever.
So
we
is he
both-
ever gonna catch again for us? I mean, I
Whenever
hope so. I don't want to be catching every single game.
No, I
I
think
think whenever we don't have games on the same day, he'll be with
Okay.
us.
Okay.
and I think
Which is
that
only a
the
couple
catcher
times.
we had we're
Today.
gonna have today. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be another catcher. Sawyer's. Skip said Sawyer's only gonna catch Jordan.
Jordan. Okay.
But Jordan's on the team now. So,
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
know.
this whole 2-team thing confuses me so much.
Hey, bro, but all I got is good vibes with the white team. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Today
hate
was
saying the white team.
we got
we are just a bunch of white dudes, bro.
we got one guy. No, we got Omar and CJ.
Yeah. Well, CJ's on the Navy team.
Nah,
So
he's
we
on
only got
both
Omar.
teams, he said. He said he's on both
no, you
teams.
can't have that.
I'm almost positive that if you're on, you can be on both teams no matter what.
Yeah, he said that like if I
Yeah,
wanted
he literally
to,
said
like,
if you want more
extra
reps,
reps?
go.
yeah, if I want extra reps, I could go play for the Navy. Like I could go.
It's
Yeah, he said whenever we
It's
don't
so-
have games on the same day, we can just pull up to
Okay.
both.
It's so messed up for the kids that are like on one of those or like trying to get reps. Like there was kids that want to like get reps on the white team, but we have like guys from the Kings on our team today.
Yeah, bro.
In the starting lineup.
Yo, he got another walk today.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, Garrick needs to be
His
on our
on base
team, bro.
percentage has got to be so high.
Can we buy his contract off the Kings?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's
Can we
batting
buy-
like 600 right now.
It's got to be higher than
Dude, in his last, 6 at-bats, he's walked 5 times as a grand slam.
that. Yeah.
We went to the game the other night when he was on the Kings, and he had 2 walks, a strikeout, and a single.
So he's got one AB out of the last 12 to 15 that he didn't
Yeah,
get.
I think he's been on base every day. Like,
Yeah, we need to buy his contract.
there's something
Yeah,
about him, bro, that no one wants to throw him a strike.
I think
He's
he also
got
just fouls
aura.
stuff off, bro.
He does foul
Aura.
off a lot of
Fouls
pitches.
A lot off and
Dude.
he just takes
Yeah.
ball.
Did you guys see him after he left the ballpark after the grand slam and he was with his dad?
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't then. It was the other night, and he was playing for the Kings.
Okay.
And I don't know who that lady was in the dugout, but she was doing the scorebook and like doing
Oh.
some commentating for the game and stuff. And King had like a close relationship with her. Couldn't tell if it was like his sister or like his wife or his friend or whatever. But she was like, I haven't seen you in forever, Garrick. How you doing? And he was like. He like leaned up against the post in the dugout, with his belly was just out, and he was like, and he like cracked open his Mountain Dew, and he was like, well, you know, yeah, you know, not much. And he's like,
Garrick's so
starts
sick,
swinging
bro.
his Mountain Dew, and then like they're in the middle of the conversation. He breaks out a bag of Fritos, and he's like, he's just munching the Fritos. I'm like, this is how this kid hits tanks. What the
He's so
fuck,
sick,
bro? I'm all
bro.
like in the kitchen, all disciplined about my diet, hitting the gym every day. This kid just crawls over to the field and just
His tanks.
Dude,
and eats
His
Fritos.
tanks
pisses
watch.
me off, bro.
What type of Fritos
He's
are
got
they?
so much aura. They're the honey barbecue.
Yeah.
The honey
That's why-
barbecue, like
The
turbos.
twist,
Yeah, the turbo twist, dude.
Fire.
I just
But-
can't believe the Mountain Dew in the dugout. Like
That's wild.
that's out, dude. That's crazy.
Alright, crazy
Dude,
take.
That's
dude.
reverse energy.
No, so in college, so there's a place called Scooter's Coffee, like right by our field. I would literally like after our BP, I would literally go get cold brew coffee like a Venti, just have it in the dugout and swig it. The games out with DH. And everyone's
Cold brew-
like,
the cold brew coffee's
yeah,
good. I like cold. I mean, I don't do energy drinks anymore, bro. I
Yeah.
can't.
yeah.
Or like soda with caffeine. It gets me like tweaked.
you get tweaked.
So what do you drink instead of energy drinks?
Oh.
Oh,
Little yerba mate.
yerba, bro.
This guy's like,
Yerba
we drink
mate.
drinks, bro. We drink yerbas every day.
Oh, but that's not an energy drink.
And you have the Lonnie.
I have a Lonnie's at the gym, bro. Lonnie's at the gym, yerba's at the field. You
Yeah.
know how it is. A little 6 milli and a yerba, dude, right when you go out for warm-ups. I'm telling you,
It is elite.
there's nothing like it.
So my thing was, so let's say if I had a doubleheader, BP as a BP monster, cold brew in between, and then game start was another monster.
Dude,
halfway
I would be
through.
in the
what the-
bathroom
Bro,
Yeah.
you had to been pissing
blowing it
green.
up.
Oh no, no, it was the white monster. So
You guys heard that too?
yeah, it's my neighbor upstairs. He likes to bang shit around. But no, yeah, I probably had 400 milligrams of caffeine
Yo, that's
in between
wild.
18 innings of baseball.
Dude, I used to rip bangs before games, but
Yeah.
like now if I do it, I just telling him like I'll feel like all this anxiety and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
So much caffeine.
yeah, I think the yerbas have like 150, but it's like mellow. It's It's like a calm energy.
Okay.
It is different, bro. It is different. I didn't have a yerba until I got out here.
Dude, people are gonna
The
think I'm like a
gas.
fucking tree hugger out here. But me and Austin are on the yerba grind, dude.
You know who does it too is Messi. That's where it first blew up.
Who?
For me, when I first heard about it or saw them, was through Messi.
Yeah.
When he would have them.
Yeah, same. I saw him a lot, like in the soccer community, because all
Yeah.
the Brazos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All all the South Americans drink it. I think that's where it's from, Brazil. Yeah, or it's from Peru or Brazil or something. But, dude, they're so good, man. But cold brew's just as good. Like I think cold brew gets me a little bit more lifted. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm a little like, I have a little bit more like heart rate and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's good.
True.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
I was drinking cold brews at season.
So I'm gonna bring you a monster for the game so you can.
So I can lose my whole entire swing after that one. And start going back on
You're gonna be locked in. You're gonna be locked.
Maybe, dude. They just made like I get more. Dude, if I drink stuff like that and like I'm not having a good game, I'll start throwing shit around.
Yeah. So for
Too
me,
much
I
caffeine.
think I did that with the yerba the other day though too. So who knows?
but for me, like I need to be amped. If
You
I'm
do.
if I'm not amped up, like I won't be at my best performance.
Yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So like for him, like for Roman today, we put on like what, the cut the mozzarella EDM
Yeah, we
song.
gotta play
And,
to
like
the car.
that's what gets me going. Like I need to listen to like hard EDM
Like
songs.
160 beats per minute.
Yeah, like put my heart rate through the roof, and I'll be fine. Like it'll set with me for like the next hour and a half, and then that monster kicks in. You know, now it's just.
Yeah.
Going
now
through
you're
it.
just on
Yeah.
cruise control.
So I mean, that's why like cherry bombs are my go-to like bar drink, cause
It's a cherry bomb.
it's like red liqueur with white monster, or you put Red Bull in it.
Oh, maybe like some Chambord or something.
Yeah, yeah.
some-
Like a
some
Vegas bomb.
raspberry,
That's what they also
yeah.
call it too.
Oh, Vegas bomb.
Yeah.
Vegas bomb, yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But
All right. Well, again, I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Great pod.
This
Great
actually
pod.
might have been the longest podcast I've ever filmed.
Really?
Wow.
I think so,
I
but I
mean,
mean, it was
dude,
one of the
I-
most
I've
interesting.
never been on a pod before,
I've
so
never
I
been
don't
on a
know
pod
if what I
before.
talked about was very interesting.
no, what you
but
talked about was
No,
really
it was
good.
very interesting. I've never heard any of that, some of that stuff. So
We got more in the tank, bro.
Yeah.
that's part 2 coming soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. This is another Out of the Park podcast. Their Instagrams will be somewhere in the description. And yeah, can't wait for this episode to drop.